Hi there, Pete from Craft Sailors here. Today I just want to talk a little bit about an old favourite of mine, Ardbeg Uigeadail, or Uiggy as it's often called by the big fans of this whiskey, is a very rich and very kind of, for me, comforting peated Islay whiskey. And if you've not tried this one before, then this is absolutely one to acquaint yourself with. So unlike the normal 10-year-old Ardbeg, this one is bottled at cask strength. But one thing that they do differently here as well is they introduce sherry casks to the blend, basically. So the name Uigeadail is actually taken from a local loch, which is the source of the Ardbeg water. So it's actually laden with quite a lot of peat. Now, that obviously is the case for a few different distilleries on Islay, but this, I believe, is the only one that's actually named after the water source. Now, the whiskey itself is bottled at 54.2%, so it's a big hitter. It's definitely not one that's beating around the bush, and I guess it's the kind of sister product to the Corrie Vrecken, which is their other cask strength expression, which however doesn't use sherry influence. So I'm just going to kind of walk you through what you get with this whiskey. So peat, obviously, you're going to pick that up with just about any Ardbeg straight away. But there is all of the kind of classic, old, kind of musty sherry qualities in there as well. So you're definitely getting that kind of walnutty kind of note. There's maybe a touch of coffee, but there's other things in there like kind of, doesn't maybe sound appealing to some people, but like kind of engine oil kind of note as well. There is sweetness in there too, and maybe some chocolate as well. There's a lot of yummy stuff sounding in on the nose there, so let's just give it a taste. This for me is definitely one of my desert island whiskies. By no means is it the best whiskey I've ever had, but this for me is pretty much my sweet point when it comes to this type of single malt. So it's got a perfect balance between that kind of rich smoky characteristic. It's got a beautiful viscosity in the mouth, as a lot of Ardbegs will have, but all of these other kind of almost taste, it's like an antiquated kind of profile. So it's like, you know, those old kind of church pews and wood polish and like all those kinds of things are in there, and this kind of, like I say, muskiness. So it does have that lovely sweetness as well, but it's this kind of evocative profile that it has that's kind of almost ancient in a sense. So, you know, I absolutely love this whiskey. I think this is one that will be in my cabinet pretty much for my life. It's just a staple for me. But if you've not tried this whiskey and you really like Ardbeg or you like peated whiskies, this absolutely is one you have to try. Cheers.